Okay, looks like we're live. It is the last day of February, which is the 28th of 2019. And trying a little experiment here of um, instead of trying to do two or three individual head sketches, I thought it might be a lot of fun to do them individual so that they might be a smaller chunk of time, albeit I'll have like a half-hour break in between or something, which is not a bad thing. Give me time to use the restroom. If I need to do anything else, take care of that real quick. So, yeah, um, I got to thinking about it and thought it was a good idea. So I hope that, I hope that this experiment works out and is nice for everybody. Also, it uh, it kind of takes the pressure off of trying to decide which drawing to use for a thumbnail, since hopefully now and in the future, uh, I'll be able to do all of these this way if it works out. Again, this is experimental. Um, the thumbnail will, each one will have its thumbnail like I originally started on the daily live draw, which all of those are self-contained. If you go back in the archives on the daily live draw playlist, you'll see where everything is it's just one drawing for that morning, not multiples. So I'll go ahead and get started. Yeah, I had these penciled out, as you all know. Got a flat tire Tuesday night, which was no fun, especially since wasn't raining hard, which, okay, fine, but it was raining enough to be at an extra layer of annoyance. Um, so yeah, that got taken care of, and I want to thank my buddy Ron for giving me a call and cheering me up a bit and hanging out on the phone with me for probably about 40 minutes, I believe, um, while I waited on the truck to come bring the guy that did the work. So thank you, Ron. The company was much appreciated on that dreary, lonely night. So this is for I'm not sure who she is, but her name is Christine. This is the first time I've ever got a sketch request for her. So Christine, this is the sketch that you had requested, was the symbiote overtaking good old Webhead. So this is one of the ways that this particular drawing is done. Some people prefer like a complete literal split of the drawing, where half is the black costume and half is the Webhead. And then some people kind of want the this type of thing where it's actually kind of beginning to take over. And I'm not sure that I really have a preference on which way it's done. I think that's more up to the person requesting the commission. So I see I have some people watching. I invite you to chat. If you're just getting into the room, welcome. I appreciate you showing up. Hopefully you'll enjoy this stream. And I'll be doing the Red Skull next. Just trying this format as opposed to doing 2 or 3. And my regular viewers would know that's the kidney lady. So let me handle this real quick. Perfect timing. Okay. Well, that's my sister, Anne. Like I said, those of you who have watched my streams before know her. I didn't send her a text to tell her I was streaming because I spoke to her a little earlier this morning. Her friend called in and she said, well, I'll call you back. And I was like, no need. So I just figured, no need. But my mother is out of her Allegra and wants me to pick some up, but she has a coupon for it. So she wants me to get it, but not without the coupon. So I guess I couldn't wait. But that's okay because reoccurring characters on some streams can either be fun or annoying, and I try to have fun with my sister. She knows of her coveted nickname on the live stream here, and she's made quite a few appearances. I don't know which episodes, I can't remember. But if you're ever watching some of the backlog stuff, which I hope you do if you're new, or if you just, haven't had a chance to watch everything yet, maybe you will start going through some of the episodes one day, and you'll probably my phone will text and it'll be her, or I'll get a call and it'll be her, aka my sister Ann, aka Kidney Lady, which comes from a Howard the Duck character. Ashley, good morning. How are you today? I'm doing, as Dave Ramsey would say, better than I deserve. So thanks for asking, and so far so good. Better than I was, when was that? Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday evening when my tire decided to blow out on me when it was drizzling rain, just heavy enough to be annoying. I'm actually thankful it was not a downpour, but part of me was thinking why don't you just rain? Just stop with the drizzle and bring the bring it down, make it that more miserable. If it's got to be miserable, make it real miserable and let me get through it. That's the key thing there, is let me get through it. Hey, Jerome, how are you doing? And hello, Ken. Yeah, I'm glad that worked out. That was man, I'm telling you, I you heard of the saying, two steps forward, one step back. I think I take a step forward and three steps back sometimes. But I'm sure everybody goes through that. It's just, it seems like you start making some progress and you got momentum going with you, and then boom, Mr. Murphy calls. Now he hasn't called since then, so I'm hoping he doesn't. Doesn't need to call again. I had enough this month. Well, this month's over now, so good morning, Dr. Kaz. Ashley, that's kind of how we are too. We're in the low to mid 70s, but it was showing rain this week, but it kind of, my app now shows no rain. Of course, that changes, as everybody's aware of. I use my app for the weather, but it's only for a quick overview. I know within any given period of time that can change very quick, especially in Florida. Boy, that's too tiny. That's a little splatter globule, which will be coming on this one around him. Splatter is the new ending of the show. Yes, Jerome. This is a requested drawing. Yes, yes, yes. No, this one is not up for dibs, but I appreciate your compliment on it. Like I said, this style, where he's being overtaken, uh, where you actually see I don't know what it is, the tentacle type things, or it almost looks like tar stretching around and um, gooey stuff. This one and uh, like the one that you did get, the Miles and the Webhead Spider-Man, the straight down the middle split. I get this request, both of them fairly often, and I think it's just a matter of the person. Uh, I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but I don't think you were in the room. It's just a matter of what the person uh, wants. I don't really have there's for me, there's no favorite way to do it. If somebody would ask me, do you prefer it this way or that way? This way is a little more organic, a little more uh, less precise, I would say. Um, than the other way. But other than that, uh, you know, no, for me, there's no real favoritism either way. AG, good morning. Joe, good morning. Yes, I think they are symbiote tendrils or tentacles, whichever would be the correct way to say that. So it will be interesting to see. I've already got the next stream set up as a live event, but once I shut this off, I got to go through the whole camera setup again. But um, I think for now, like I said, I'm experimenting with giving each head sketch its own stream, because then it'll get its own thumbnail. It'll be uh, something that'll be, let's say, not part of a bigger project, so I don't have to choose a thumbnail either. Um, it'll be like my early morning streams, for those of you who remember those, where I just did one piece. Therefore, I had no need to choose a thumbnail out of, say, two or three. It was just a drawing, and that's kind of what I had on my mind when I was thinking about this, and I was like, I could do one. That gives me, if I need to, it gives me time to at least get one done, and time to take a break, maybe a half hour. which I think I have this set up for now. That's what I'm estimating at least. So basically that's enough time to, if I need to go down, use the restroom, do any quick return of text messages or that type of thing. And it gives, people watching if they just want to watch at their leisure. I know that everything I've kind of seen, myself included, I will sometimes watch a 3 or 4 hour stream, and it can kind of get a bit tedious depending. So I'm trying to, I think the best move is to break these up into smaller chunks and do them on their own. Hopefully I haven't made more work for myself by doing that. But that's what I'm testing the waters with right now. So this will probably just continue with in my playlist with episode 14, because the last one I did was 13, and that had the Batman as Dracula, the Batman Dracula, and the Spider-Man for Ashley, who is in the room on it. And therefore, I have to choose one image to make it at least readable visually on the thumbnail for YouTube. So that began to kind of bug me. And so started thinking, and decided to go this route. Mic cross. Yep. Got it. Well, no, it couldn't be fixed. Hey, Ron. Good morning to you. That tire couldn't be fixed. I had to get a new one. It wasn't an expensive tire. I actually am going to need tires at the end of March, probably a whole new set, because my car just turned over 29,000 miles, and I'm sure what's on there is a 30,000 mile rated tire. So they're a little worn. But so end of the month I got to look at. Luckily I know people in the tire business through my dad. That was what he did. So I still have a few friends in town that can hook me up with a decent deal. And I really don't buy the overpriced brand name tires anyway. Most of those are made out of a very soft compound that's meant to wear. And especially being in a hot state like Florida, they they get very I don't want to say wet, but they get very gooey, I guess, in the big scheme of things. So I like a harder compound tire. Ron, I gave a thank you to you for hanging out with me on the phone there Tuesday night for about 40 minutes while I was uh, waiting on the service truck to come change that tire. Now I know where my spare tire is and how to get it, how to release it if I ever had to. Oh, that's nice to hear, Ashley. I'm glad to hear that. My crush, yes, you do. I don't know about that. I do know about what's known as Florida ice, though, and we had that type of rain going where the roads get very slippery. So luckily, I didn't have anything like that. But regardless, it was not fun. There you go, just ocean salt. That's right. And I'm close enough to the beach here where um, that could. Luckily, it doesn't blow over this far that I know of. I haven't went out and seen my car covered with a lot of beach sand and stuff, but people that work over on directly on the beach, excuse me, on the beach side, yeah, they get it. Yes, it's really funny. I had some Amazon stuff ordered that's been delivered like a week ago, or yeah, a week ago, like at the end of last week, and I'm getting text messages for it now. I don't know if it's like a duplicate or what, but something in the system is not right. I still have some softening, excuse me, softening here of the line work to do. Got a little bit more with my bigger brush to throw in, so it's not going to end on just that hard edge. It's going to get a little more wispy when I bring out my big flat filbert brush. So it's going to creep more into the web head mask than what I'm showing here. I'm just going ahead and get this get the webbing in so that I'm not fighting it after I do the bigger brush strokes and I'm not missing an area, because that could happen. If I do the webbing now and then do the big brush strokes, I'm not going to have a problem with trying to see where the webbing goes either. So there's a little tip that might be useful. Let's see. And then again, it may not, depending on what you're doing. All right. Going to erase up a little bit. Not a lot, because I still need some of these lines here. But not all of them. Okay. Is that going to stay? Yes. Nope. Yeah, as soon as I say yes, it's going to make a liar out of me. Kind of had a feeling that was going to happen, but okay, we'll run with it. thank you for those who have given me the thumbs up on this video so far. Uh, if you haven't, feel free. It is free. Just takes a little click of the mouse. And the chit chat got very quiet, but it's given me time to concentrate, so we're making good progress here. I hope that when this one's done, that most of you will come back for the, I have it scheduled for noon, the Red Skull piece. And that will probably be it for streaming today. I have another piece I need to work on, but I may try to slip in one more later this evening. I'm not 100% sure of that, so so as I say, don't quote me, but it could happen. I was actually semi-planning. I hadn't made it 100%, but I was going to come back and do these two on Tuesday night before the flat tire incident. I was just going to go home and get a quick bite to eat and maybe do a later stream, although, you know, I had said something about not being able to stream, so maybe I had a second thought. I don't know. Maybe it was something that popped up that it wasn't meant to be. I'll tell you what surprised me the most, and sorta, was that I have an SUV, Dodge Journey. They have a donut. For those of you that know what that is, it's like a smaller tire, and I really thought on an SUV they would have something a little more. I want to say rugged. I'm looking for the right word. Somebody in the chat can help me out while I'm looking for it. A little more substantial, I guess, would be the right word. But man, I would not want to go on the highway with that spare. Luckily, I did not, so that was a good thing. And I did not have to drive far either, so I'm fairly close to my house from my office. All right, so need to finish up the black areas. Get those brushed in. And as I finish this, I will say that comments below after the stream are always welcome. If you have any questions about the piece I'm working on or anything else related to maybe some technique you see me doing or whatever, and you're not watching live, or you just think about asking it afterwards, just feel free to put it in the comments, and I'll answer you as quickly as possible and as thorough as I can. And I do appreciate your your comments when they are left. I think what I'm gonna, depending, the black ink dries a little bit faster than like ink wash and stuff, or at least it seems to. But I think with splattering, I'm gonna have to get the hair dryer out. You all remember the hair dryer? I still have that here. Get a few stringy things going there. Let's see if I can twist the point up to get into, this will help too, to get into where his eye is. I think I'm gonna have to, oh wait, I still got this area down below. Oh wait. Yes, indeed, I got this area below. What am I thinking? Well, thank you, Ashley. I appreciate that. That's kind of the idea of, the suit taking over. Uh, is try to give it a little bit of movement as much as I can. And yeah, so thank you for that nice compliment. And let me see, I see Joe wrote something. Uh, all right, Joe. And let me see. I think just for the sake of doing it, this area down here, that little bit of white that I left is best filled in. So that takes care of everything I need here inked. But we need, that's actually drying quite quickly. I'm going to go on mute for a second. I'm going to take a drink of my beverage just so y'all don't hear me slurp it. So excuse me 1 second. Okay. Actually, I should probably, I think, slurping, I don't slurp, that's the wrong word. Wrong choice of descriptives there. I would say it would be the swallowing, which you can't prevent. And with the microphone being this close to my mouth, it's probably picked up before. So, dun, 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 dun. I think there is time. I'm going to give it a light touch. That's why I also did some of the erasing before I went in with the black, because it's getting to be splatter time. And this will get a little bit of, I think this will get a little bit of black splatter as well as a little bit of white. I'm not sure how much white or how much black right now. I just think I'll go by feel. Hi, Jason. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it, and welcome. After this one, starting at noon, I will be doing the red skull piece that I don't know if you saw the pencils on Twitter or not. I'll preview those real quick while let's get this in place. And I do see an area that, let's just erase this eye out a little bit more, where my pencil lines got. That's a real, some people, believe it or not, there are collectors when I ink a Mike Zeck piece, they want me to leave the pencil work that's left showing. They don't want it erased out, which is fine. I understand that completely. They want, kind of that experience of everything. So I totally understand when they say, hey, could you leave the pencil work in? Oh yeah, here's what I was going to do. Red Skull piece coming up at noon, right following this stream. Give me enough time to stretch my legs and, take a quick break. And then come back and finish inking the Red Skull. I hope to pencil some more today to get those ready for tomorrow. We'll see how the day goes. I got a project I can't, it's just one piece of work, but it really has to be done by tomorrow. And so I need to jump on it again, get it done. All right, so we're going to start. I always start in a kind of a safe area, if I can get it to throw the right way. A little bit more here. There. Sometimes if you get that one good tap, it covers the area you want. And one nice, see, like I'll go get this off my fingers in between. I'll go wash that off. And now we need some white for a little extra contrast. of splattage. I don't think those will be back, Jerome. I think it'll be more like these, and uh, maybe a different format. I haven't decided yet. I got to work around a few problems. Jason, no, it doesn't take away from the inking. Some people, like I said, usually when it's my pencils, I just do it because I'm used to erasing my own pencils. I know some people that don't do it on sketch type work. They leave their underdrawing in as just part of the original. I think it's a personal preference thing, really, more than anything. But let's just say my exact pencil is something and I ink it. Well, there's not much that's left uncovered. So some people have, they just kind of want whatever pencil line is still there. So it's just personal preference, really. There's, to me, it I don't know. I just do what I'm asked. If they ask my opinion, I tell them I can take it or leave it. Really. I mean, that doesn't sound right, but it's like if you want the pencils to remain, I can not erase them. Uh, if you know, I'll just say this though, my initial thing is I always erase the pencils unless asked not to. So that's kind of my standard operating procedure. I guess that might be the best answer for you. Is other than that, it's personal preference by the person. But if I'm not asked to leave them, I do erase them, and that goes on my own work too. All right, so I think that is going to finish up Symbiote suit taking over web-headed Spider-Man. I'm going to take a quick look at the chat. Hey, Sean. Glad you did. Welcome. Just finishing this one up and going to start the Red Skull in about a half hour. Ashley has a sound effect going for me, the pew, pew, pew. Thank you. Yes, the Red Skull. Yeah, that's it, Jason. It's not a you know, I don't think there's any right or wrong to it. It's just personal preference. All right, so that's gonna wrap this one. I better wrap it up because if not, I'll run into my other live event timer, and I don't know what happens if you miss that. I think it just stops the countdown, or it might say that you missed it. But anyway, hopefully you liked it, and we'll leave a thumbs up on your way out. Again, if you rewatch it or if you're watching it on a replay, you can thumbs up. You can leave a comment. If you're not a subscriber, please consider it. And I think splatter's become a thing now, Ashley. I think I'm enjoying it, and it is a crowd pleaser. I have to admit, people love them some splatter. So, without further ado, I will say goodbye to everybody now. And if you're watching this live, I have another one coming up at noon, which is about 25 minutes from now. So I hope to see you all then. If you got time, stop back in. And we're going to be doing the Red Skull. Thanks for now, and I'll see you soon. Take care, everyone.